Windy beach, tide coming in, and the sunset around in 20 minutes. I'm walking to the spot and I already know which camera I'm gonna take. Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. I'm a French landscape photographer living in Montreal right now. I mostly shoot long exposures since 2017. And honestly, the way I choose the camera is more about how I walk. Even before reaching the beach, I already know what my vision is and what I wanted to capture tonight. I wanted a clear, stripped down series. No long exposure for today, I make way enough of them. I wanted something different to capture the essence of the scene and the essence of this sunset. It's all about the colors in the sky and the water movements. Nothing more added on the top. And here is what matters. I knew that vision before arriving to the beach, and this helps me a lot for choosing which camera would be the best for this situation. It just took me years to even notice this pattern. The visions come first, always, and the gear will follow. But that day, I had a catch. I was on time crunch. Arrived just in time for the sunsets and for the lights. Not 20 minutes before. And I still had to walk a lot to join the spot for where I wanted to go. So while I was walking in my head, I was like, okay, I'm busy. The sun starts to disappear. I need to find what I want to make tonight. I already had the vision, but I wanted to make sure that I have the camera matching with my vision. And that hesitation was real. I was thinking about my gear. Should I use the Canon? Should I use the Fuji? Or should I use my phone? And somewhere in that walk, not before, not after, just during this walk, this decision settled. Just because everything starts to be logical. And the moment itself made it obvious of what camera I should use tonight. And so I choose this Fuji X-T3 with the Sigma 18 to 50mm. First reason, it's not a glamorous one. It's just that with my Canon camera, I only have a wide angle lens. It's the 14 to 35mm L series lens. And for the Fuji, I have this little stuff. It's magic. It's 18 to 50mm f2.8 by Sigma. And that range, it's just way more versatile for the use I wanted to make last night. And to be honest, that's not a brand thing. That's not choosing and defending by Hertz, Fuji or Canon. It's just a choice for this night, and I had everything in my bag for shooting with the Canon or with the Fuji. But the shot I had in mind made me choose this camera. Second reason, and maybe the obvious one when you choose to shoot with the Fuji camera, it's the color science. I want it clean, true to the moment colors. Something I wouldn't have to rebuild just after in post-production in Lightroom. And to be honest, I bought this camera for film simulation at the beginning. Fujifilm simulations get me closer to the look I want straight from the camera. And that mattered more than usual these days. Because the light was shifting fast, I generally didn't have the time to guess exposure, colors, and I just needed to grab my camera and start shooting. And I needed to trust what I was seeing in the back of my camera. The third reason was absolutely the weight. Even if, to be honest, I had my Canon on my bag, I bought this camera for the weight. I was working fast, the wind on my face, and I needed something fast, reliable to shoot some nice colors. The R6 Mark II would have just changed what ended up in the frame. It would have slowed me, so this is what came out of this session. No long exposure, just color, waves, sand, wind, harsh conditions, but this is the ones we like. But now, let me be clear about something, because I don't want to make this as a Fuji hat, because it isn't. I'm not saying that the Fuji X-T3 is a better camera than my Canon R6 Mark II. In every plan, the R6 Mark II is way better when we speak about dynamic range, when we speak about how the autofocus can handle hard situations compared to the Fuji X-T3. In all the plan and all the specs, this Canon camera is way better than the Fuji. If conditions had been different that day, if I needed to track movements or shoot in near darkness, the Canons come out to be a way better camera for it, and instead of staying in my bag, the Fuji would have stayed inside this one. No contest. So here is what the walk on the beach taught me this night. The choice was never really about the camera. I knew even before starting what I wanted to capture, what was my vision for this session, and the gear just had to catch up to the vision I already had. And that's the real question I'm building this whole channel around. Not which camera is better, that comparison gets old fast, and honestly it misses the point. But the real question is, how do you know in the moments, under pressure, in hard conditions where time flies very fast, which tool actually serves the most for these conditions? Someday it will be the Fuji, someday it will be the Canon, and other days maybe it will be just an iPhone. But that day, on that beach, with the wind and the light running out, the Fuji was the right one.